gentleperson from California, chair of this committee's Oversight and Investigations. Chair Porter, you're recognized.
Thank you so much. We're here to talk about a coal ash plant run by LUMA. And I have a picture of it here, and you can see a mountain of coal ash right here. And spoiler alert, it is highly toxic and poisoning residents of the nearby community of Guayama. Mr. Stensby, you're here today, and despite concerns about staffing and competence that my colleagues and I had earlier this summer and still have, LUMA began operating Puerto Rico's electricity system called a grid on June 1. We're glad that you took Congress up on its invitation to appear today and testify this time. I wanted to ask you, how would you characterize LUMA's transition to managing Puerto Rico's electrical grid so far, with 1 being a total disaster and 10 being a remarkable success?
I think, as I set out, Congresswoman, it has certainly been a challenging transition. There have been many factors at play, but when I look at it on balance, I would give us, a B. I think we have a lot to do.
Okay, so 1 to 10, 1 to 10, you would give yourself like a 6?
I'd give myself I'd give us a 7, considering what we. A
7. Okay. How many blackouts? I know this has been covered, but how many blackouts have been reported since LUMA took over on June 1?
The system has a very large number of outages, Congresswoman. Both
can you even count them? Is it so big you can't even keep track of them all?
There are outages every single day, Congresswoman.
Every single day. So if you're having trouble doing this, and there's voltage spikes, destroyed appliances, house fires, complaints about customer service, why should LUMA be allowed to continue to manage the plant if it's not actually delivering electricity?
Two things. I want to be very clear. The picture that you showed, LUMA has nothing to do with the AES coal plant. Our job is to operate the electric system.
Do you not get energy from this plant that you then move along the grid?
Puerto Rico receives energy from that plant, yes.
And then you move it along the grid?
That energy is flowed through the grid to customers, yes.
Okay. I want to talk about customer service. How many customer service reps did you have on June 1?
I don't have the exact number, but we
How many
have
today?
A large number. Sorry?
You have a large number of customer service reps, which is good because you have a large number of blackouts. How many customer service reps do you have today?
We have more than 350 agents, and in addition, many more people that are customer service people.
And how many experienced linemen do you have today?
I think, as I described earlier,
900?
The way that PREPA would describe them, we have more than 900 people in the field today.
Okay. I want to turn to last hearing. We had a witness describing that his aunt is dead, his wife and daughter might be dying. A doctor testified about terrible illnesses. Is the AES plant worth running, in your opinion, given the lost lives and serious illnesses?
As I say, I think the conversation about AES is not a conversation for LUMA. LUMA's job is to transform the transmission and distribution system, Senator.
Are you equally able to transmit energy that comes from renewable sources?
Yes, and I think, as I testified earlier, Congresswoman, we've been working hard to reduce the weighting and connecting new renewable resources as we speak.
And so you commit to doing everything in your power to transition to renewables?
We are very supportive of renewables.
Do you think Puerto Rico is on track to meet its renewable goals?
Once again, I think it's important that people understand LUMA's role is to operate the transmission and distribution system and rebuild that system.
I'm concerned because we heard testimony today that you're delaying ready to go rooftop solar and storage installations, and there's a backlog of these systems that are still waiting to be connected. Why is that if you're so committed to clean energy?
No, I think that's a mischaracterization. I think my testimony actually said we are accelerating those systems. We're moving at 7 times the pace that they were being moved at before we came into operation. We're confident there will be no backlog by the end of the year, and we just posted hosting maps on our website to support more renewables.
How long do you think it will be until Luna can deliver the energy in a consistent and reliable way with blackouts that are comparable to what we see in the United States and what you saw at your prior employer?
I believe that it's going to take many years to transform all of Puerto Rico's electric system. It's going to require the FEMA funding, and it requires a complete overhaul. It took decades to get where we are today, and it's going to get better month by month by month. But frankly, it's going to take many years to get a world-class electric system here in Puerto Rico.
Thank you. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields. Representative